Hello and welcome back to Old World Blues. I'm your host, the one and only Mount Crusade. Today we're playing as Lanius' cohort, Caesar's Orders. 4 months ago, Caesar summoned Lanius to appear within his tent citadel at Flagstaff. There he gave an important order to the renowned legate. Lanius, I need you to take Dog City. I'm going to need the wealth that Denver has to offer if I am to cross the Colorado and take the dam. I'm going to entrust you with a handful of cohorts, and trust that in 5 years that you will accomplish this mission. Take any longer and I am going to consider you a failure and mark you for death, as anyone who has failed me would. Show those profligates no mercy. Yes, my Kaiser. Champion of Mars. Kaiser gave Legate Lanius a job. He wasn't about to fail it now. The Beast of the East. Lanius was the greatest warrior in the Hyde Parks, one of the greatest foes the Legion ever faced. Or was he born a slave, whose natural talents let him become a legionary at the age of 12? Is it true that he slaughtered all the males of his tribe, or were they assimilated into the Legion? Only Kaiser and Lanius know sure, and they aren't talking. It is undeniable that Lanius is among the greatest leaders of the Legion. Some call him a savage brute, but there may be more to the man than what's behind the mask than we know. Some wonder whether he is smarter than Kaiser himself. The Legate's cohort. These men will come with Lanius and be reforged by the flames of Colorado or die trying. Swift, honest purchase with blood. The Legion's resources are vast, but not infinite. Lanius had to choose who he'd bring with him east. Some said the strongest, skilled with firearms. Some said a horde of fanatics, ready to kill or be killed. And some said the swiftest. But the decision was Lanius's alone. The chariot thundered across the plains. The Lambda tribe. For one to rise, another must fall. Woe to the vanquished. The Lambda tribe in New Mexico were enslaved without mercy, much like the Hyde Parks were. Show his victory, Lanius named their chief village the staging grounds. As for the tribe itself, they joined the Legion's ranks. Dies Irae. The monks of Santa Fe recite their chants to a dead god from a dead world. What need have we for their hymns? And there the Archdiocese of Santa Fe goes, plucking the rose. The people of Roswell think they can hide their secrets from us. None can hide from Mars's gaze. Knowledge of a new tribe. After our conquest of the Archdiocese of Santa Fe, our scouts have been contacted by a member of Scorpion's Bite. They claim to have knowledge of a tribe hidden in the valleys to the north, filled with pre-war technology, protected by robots, and led by a physical goddess in the wasteland. A goddess known as Diana, the mother of the moon, a deity who claims to speak to them through shamans and speakers. Perhaps it's worth an investigation? Blood-stained olive branch. When we arrived, the tribe's advanced technology, automated defenders, and marvelous irrigation systems weren't even the most amazing thing. It was her, the woman the shamans led us to, Diana. A beautiful, terrifying figure larger than any creature in the wasteland, with a majestic voice that carried through the chamber effortlessly. Just seeing her could scare someone into faith and submission, the feeling of standing before a true god. Diana was stern with Lanius. Being a light that was apart from the world and its dross, Diana, over the course of 2 hours, questioned the purpose of the Legion and its goals. She seemed to float above the Legion and its dreams and Caesar's sentences. What was Caesar but another tribe leader? A great one, perhaps, but the Legion was not the first army to unite the wasteland. What would make Kaiser unique from many other armies that were the dust of the world? Kaiser sought synthesis to create a true society, but what made Lanius convinced Caesar could create it? And where would Lanius be? She would, near her closing arguments, attempt to present an offer to Lanius, saying that she could help to remake Lanius into something better, that he could work together to end Caesar and rebuild the Legion from the bottom up, a stronger wasteland and a stronger world. As long as Caesar holds your leash, you'll never become your own man. All your accomplishments, your glory, it'll just be remembered as his. You and you've forgotten. Who are you? Who does not make your own history? Saying that she could help Lanius through the echo through eternity, that could work together and leave their mark on history. There would be no need for the Legion once they were through. Your words are weak. I know my strength. Okay, and there the Blue Rose Society goes. They're basically overwhelmed by our chariots. The change of seasons. Rayla Morrison managed to carve a precarious community out of the town of Fort Summers. We cannot expect to build a supply line north without its conquest. Apache Assault. Macaro's president thinks herself a true chieftain. We will show her the true meaning of strength. The past must tremble. The mountain folk of the past have long memories and short spines. When Centurion Palace once marched through their lands, they offered no resistance. Volpe now advises a display of power in the raising of minor settlements, controlled chaos and whispered threats. Let the fires be seen afar, he says. Let them remember why they fear the bull. Let the fires burn. Roswell, that ends well. The cult has fallen, and while its survivors prophesy doom at the hands of the ones above, Lanius is ready, and perhaps we should do something with their equipment. Magics. Roswell settlers did not tell what they mean by their tools and spells worked. Perhaps we can learn their secrets by raiding the temple of FBI. Scavenge the rare metals. Secure the Eastern Bank. With the destruction of the Summers Federation, we can cement our control of the Eastern Bank, forging a vast razor-sharp scythe. When Lanius occupied Fort Summers, he decided what to do with its inhabitants of this spirited little village. Form them into an army of slaves. Fate of the monks. As the monks sat by the water of Pecos and wept, a new fate awaited them. But the monks were not fated to be slaves. Turning the page, the monasteries of Santa Fe have fallen. The bones of Lepolitz are ash. And yet, there's a lot of learning in this place. Hallowed tomes which are worth studying. The monks have hoarded not just words of their dead god, but books on crafting, healing, and more. And even scrivenings of a carpenter and another Caesar may be worth studying. How can one be a fisherman? Fate of Mescalero. The Mescaleros survived the Spanish, the Texans, the Americans, and the Great War, but they could not survive, it seemed, Lanius. Vault Savages. The executives think that they're all that, with their metal armor and underground bunkers, but we've seen their symbol before scattered across the waste. It's weak men that cling to the past for strength. Okay, and there they go. A fallen empire. 200 years ago, a father built a store to support his family. 50 years later, that man's store became a cheese empire, keeping the old world fed and happy. Today, that's all that's left to this milk-based legacy is a temple, a shrine to cheese in its metal wire hands, the same that crafted the mozzarella of kings in the age of old. Memories of the Hyde Barks. The Hyde Barks are one of Caesar's greatest challenges in Arizona. Lanius can incorporate some of their traditions into the Legion today. Executive slaves. The executives were no match for the armies of Mars, but their conquest left the cohort with a population of slaves that needed a new master. Raiders of the Lost Vault. Plains Runner grew fat on the loot of the executives, but Lanius' conquest left him with a choice. He could take their slave population for his own and direct them to farm the banks of Pecos for the Legion, or he could preserve the executives' position and honor that they might use it their arts for the Legion. We have no need for metalmen. Today, New Mexico. Almost overnight, Lanius has doubled the size of the Legion. The tribute for Flagstaff flows without end, and impressive mass sets his sights on new conquests. Look on his works in despair. The Land of Heart's Desire. Before the war, some called New Mexico the Land of Enchantment, but Lanius thought of it by an older name. Lanius learned to fight and conquer in Arizona, but New Mexico he learned to rule. It was not enough to crush the enemy in battle. Lanius had learned what came after. Butchering a town would leave no one to feed the Legion, and slaves could not glory in his conquest. To that end, Lanius took the collar of Colorado's neck and let the executive's craftsmen forge new guns for the cohort, and over time the thoughts behind his mask began to change. Building like Conquest has a pleasure of its own. A false goddess. The twin mothers ultimately are just another profligate tribe to Lanius. This is irrefutable. No matter what he saw, these tribals cling to their superstitions and protection of their divinity over the strength of their own blood. We need to show them a lesson. It's time to march north. Ah, there they go. And they went up packing in fear. Oh, and Dog City's gone. Let us slay the sun dogs stand in our way. Let them learn that even the sun is just but a reflection of the glory of the Legion. Basically what I'm doing is I'm giving these because they give breakthrough. And the breakthrough with the chariots is just real good. You can just hammer straight through. Okay, and there the sun dogs go. Really all we need to do is to gut the soft underbelly of Colorado. Surely Caesar will be pleased that we're this close to Dog City. The weapons of the past. Although the executives had little in the way of skill, their weapons are most impressive. Meanwhile, the Mescalero Apache have inspired terror in their neighbors for centuries. Now they'll work for us. The coming twilight. The sun dog's days in this wasteland fell into night. But Lanius will light a new torch of civilization, albeit more literally than expected. In the Brotherhood spread across the wasteland like ticks. They do nothing but scavenge for technology. Never dreaming, never doing. What is their purpose? The answer is clear. To die for our greater glory. Disperse the tribe. The twin mothers will never serve us after we have broken connection between them and their goddess. The best we can do is disperse them across the legion as slaves, ensure that they can never rise again as a unified people. You're just melting like butter right now. Actually, that's probably the best way to describe it, you know. When you first get your stick of margarine out the fridge, you know it's cold, and it's hard to stick your finger through, and you have to use force, but if you leave it out for 2 hours, it's just gonna be soft, and you can just press your finger right through without any... And there they go. Closing the chapter with the destruction of Max Singh's chapter, it's time to see if they have any worth. Counting down. So this is the home of the Brotherhood, asked Lanius, a hole in the ground where they can hide from an honorable combat. Lanius walked forward. Paladin Andrea, I know you can hear me, and I know you think you can outlast us. And perhaps in another time you may have been right. Lanius' mask remained motionless as he continued. We have found the tubes that bring air into your bunker. Too small for any of us. But as we speak, a gas is seeping into your bunker. Can your sons and daughters survive that? Or will you count your days with corpses of your children waiting for your suits to grow cold and take you too? Make your choice. Oh, we aren't stopping the gas either. Fabled tactic. Tyree huddled around the cages of the enslaved Brotherhood scribes as they told the stories of their glorious past, tales of fighting monsters made of blades, screaming iron, and speaking numbers stories of their leader, an 8-headed hydra dwelling in the mountain, calculating the fall of man so his kin may inherit the world's ashes, stories of war, stories of blood. Strip the bunker. There will be no memory left of these profligate cultists' existence when I'm done. The code of salvage. Let Lanius decree a code to the operation salvage in Dog City, and of course, the Legion shall receive a portion of all such salvage. Acquire a cyber dog. Dog City is home not just to beasts of flesh and blood. Dogs augmented by sorcery also roam its street, but even they shall serve Lanius. A dog for a king. We have found a faithful companion. For is this dog not a king of his breed? He's a good boy. A very good boy. Yes, he is. If anyone asks, he sleeps with me for protection. Seavar has ascended to the heavens to join Mars. The Legion will hold a funeral for a week, with games and offerings to the god who saved the wasteland. The Legion's elite come not to praise Caesar, but to bury him, for they watch each other with poison in their wine cups and daggers at their backs. Who will lead the legions now? I will not serve under any. Caesar's will is made through me. Caesar's death shows what we knew all along, that even a god can die. Now his followers back west fight for the scraps. We must decide what to do. We could help any of them. Save Volpes, whose treasury was no way to rule. But perhaps, maybe we let them fight amongst each other. The Legion needs strength. It would be a grave mistake of putting a weak ruler in place if we intervene. Let's prove their strength. Heal, boy. Dog City has fallen to Lanius, and now the hangdogs whimper like all beneath the Legion. But perhaps we could make use of some of them. Judgment in Dog City. Night has fallen on Denver, but you would not know it. The fires rise high, painting the ruins in gold and crimson, casting long shadows that dance like spirits of the slain. Beneath the scattered overpasses and the blackened towers of Dog City, the light of the blaze gleams across the mask of Lanius. He says nothing as he wipes the blood from the edge of his battered bumper sword, its weight still warm with death around him. The sounds of battle fade into cries and whimpers. Dogs without masters, men without tribes. Dragged before him are the last of the hangdogs. They fought like animals, cornered, and now they kneel like them too, trembling, panting, staring up at the figure that unmade their world. Their loyalty, though twisted, was absolute. It could yet be forged anew in Caesar's image, or ground out entirely beneath the yoke. Their devotion will be reshaped. Let them serve as beast masters. No strings on me, I can do whatever I want. And it's time to recoup some of our lost territory. Oh, and California is having a civil war. Okay, and there it goes. Then give the rest to Aurelius's Legion, because I plan to just stomp him next. Okay, and here we go. Ah, there Aurelius goes. Okay, and here they go. Here the Legion is reunited under Lanius. Look to the east. Caesar is well and good, but if I've learned anything, it is that the east is the land of wealth and power. Let him spend his time in heaven, or hell probably, battering against the old world wall. I will march to the sea. I mean, but we kind of did that. So we kind of did what Constantine did when he first founded the Byzantines. You know, went out, retook Rome Flagstaff from the barbarian Hams, the sons of Caesar. Okay. Shady Sands finally under the Legion boot. It's time to destroy the last remaining holdout of the old world. But before we get those tribes, we're going to come down to Gente-Vegas Offensive after that. There New Vegas goes. Okay. We might as well be called the Greater Legion at this point. Okay, and here they'll go. Well, that worked. It's kind of scummy, but it worked. To take Texas. While Colorado is shielded by the mountains of the Mother, the plains roll into Texas. When we plant the banner of the bull in the sea, the world will know who rules the wasteland. To route east, Lubbock is divided between Ghoul and humans, a legacy of an old conflict. Fear not, Lanius will come to free you and your petty squabbles. Wow. They just keep ceding territory. Oh wait, I forgot to read these out. Falling Star. Lone Star once faced a threat from the Legion's raiders and almost fell. What chance do they have against the true force of the Legion? Rhombus's dying breath. At long last, we have found a worthy foe of Lanius. Okay, and there Texas goes. The Recto Mexicano gonna do? That's right, nothing. Fate of the Roller Girls. It is strange indeed that the East is led by so many women. It's stranger still that they fought better than many of the tribes of Arizona. We can woo the Roller Girls by giving them access to their lost temple in Dallas, providing an ally in Texas. The Conquest of Texas. The Brotherhood has fallen, and the Alamo, the sacred temple of the Texans, has been desecrated. None are left to stand against the Legate, and Lanius has planted his sword in the sea, symbolizing Lanius' strength that reaches the end of the world. Gift the tube heads with a new purpose. Surely Lanius deserves a bard to sing his praises. Let the tube heads spread across the Legion, that all might know of Lanius' conquests. Plunder of Lone Star. With the control of the richest town in northern Texas, we can use the wealth of profligates for glory of the Legion. Worthy foes. At last, among the mutants of Texas, do we find warriors to rival Lanius. Some of them may provide good sport, and others will rally to the Legion. Red and green have never looked so good. No, I think the rest of the video is just gonna be a time lapse. Okay. Okay, and there they go. I think this is where we're gonna leave it off here. Stay alright. Alright. Bye.